All right, guys. It's me, Slimmy V. Today, this was actually a couple of days ago. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the NBA legends, spoke in favor of the jab and urged that every player who stepped on the court should be vaccinated. Now, according to NBA requirement, there are three teams as of now that are requiring players at home to be vaccinated. That's Brooklyn, that's New York Knicks, and that's the Golden State Warriors. Visiting players from other cities are not required. So if I play in New York, right, I'm a player in New York, I have to be vaccinated. So if another team from a different city who don't have those same requirements, they come to New York, they don't have to be vaccinated. Now you tell me, does that make sense? Now I'm not telling them to change anything, but I'm just letting you know the more this goes, the more foolishness it sounds like. Now let's listen to the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar speak some foolishness. All right.
Called out current NBA players who have refused to get vaccinated. This week, award-winning columnist Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's been a vocal advocate for getting the COVID-19 vaccine and who has actually called out current NBA players who have refused to get vaccinated. This week, he wrote in a column on his Substack page, he said, athletes need to leave the drive to vaccinate and that they have a duty to use their platform to save lives. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the best ever to play the game, joins us now. Kareem, thanks so much for taking the time.
Nice to be with you. Thank you.
So the NBA says about 90% of players are currently vaccinated, but some star players are drawing attention right now for their stance on not taking the vaccine. So what did you think when you heard some of the reasons why current players, stars like Bradley Beal and Andrew Wiggins this week don't want to get vaccinated?
I thought it was very irresponsible. It sounded to me like they have not made any attempt to inform themselves on what's going on. A whole lot of people are dying, especially Black Americans. So this issue is it's of key importance to the Black community. It's like an extension of Black Lives Matter. Most of the people who are dying are Black people. Most of the people who are losing their jobs and being negatively affected in other ways economically are Black Americans. So the Black community, who has a great communication going on with their athletes, they need to get wise to this. And Black athletes can do a lot to change the template, but it's not happening the way it should. You know, you have, as you said, 10% of the people in the NBA think that it's something that they can just ignore.
You know, it's
All right, let me give you my take on what he actually just said. It says it's irresponsible of the players to not get the vaccine due to the death toll that has taken place during this pandemic. Okay, so he's alluding to the fact that many people have died. Uh, More blacks have been negatively affected. Okay, more blacks have died, but what he's also not saying is that more blacks, if you look on a scale, okay, more blacks suffer from diabetes, more blacks suffer from hypertension, more blacks suffer from cancer, more blacks suffer from heart disease, more blacks have more underlying conditions, pre-existing conditions. So of course, if COVID-19 hits them, it could affect them more. Instead of, I mean, you could promote vaccine all you want. That's, look, you're free to do whatever you want, but also promote health. You know, this should have been a wake up call for damn blacks. Look, okay, now we're seeing black people get negatively hurt, during this whole time. So we could have a vaccine for people such as very obese people, the elderly, people with underlying conditions, right? And not mandated to every single person, especially people in football, people in basketball. Those are basically the top 1% of healthiest in America, right? What you should be promoting is eating right, exercising, nutrition, losing weight. These are the type of things that, look at him. Look how he looks. He looks great. I don't know how old he is, but the man looks fabulous. All right? And for a man who came up speaking for blacks during the 60s, for him to kind of kowtow or bow down to what the mob is saying, I don't know, man. I don't feel good about what he's saying, how he's saying it. All right, you should be more responsible about people dying, as if, again, I'm not claiming, but as if COVID-19 is saving lives. What it does is it reduces your hospitalization, right? Death, right? Now, get this. So is being healthy. So is being healthy. So you want to kind of attack the symptom, right? Or you want to get to the root of the problem. You don't want to just put a band-aid on it, because this is why people in Israel are now requiring booster shots, because you're putting a band-aid on it. So it's like, okay, in order for you to really get better and boost your immune system, you should be following these scientific proven methods, right? Such as, look, you need to exercise. You need to eat right. You need proper nutrition. I'm not saying anything is perfect, but when you do those things, you have a higher chance of beating something once it enters your body. That's essentially what the vaccine does, right? You inject something that tries to give you immunity or the power to sort of fight whatever is inside of you. So that's basically what you're doing. But according to Israel, you're considered unvaccinated after a period of time. Then you need to get the booster shots. So I'm ashamed of this NBA legend and what he's urging. All right. Anyway, sad to see. The guy looks great. You look great. You should be telling people how to look like how you look. But you're not doing that, which kind of sucks, because look at him, and he speaks like, yo, he don't sound old. But anyway, that's just me. All right. I'm Slimmy V. If you're not offended, you probably wasn't watching. I'm Slimmy V, and this is the most offensive podcast ever. God bless. Stress less and let Yahweh do the rest. I'm out. Peace.